There we go. Welcome to Chicago Baseball Podcast, Week 13 review, Week 14 preview. As always, I'm joined by my co-host, the commish, the executive producer of the podcast, Kids for the Win. What's up, buddy?
If I was not dead, I would hope that you guys would not do a tribute to me like the Mets did the other day.
That's awesome.
But for whatever reason, I do think that there will be a day that goes by where you guys will have a tribute to me saying I'm dead, but I'm not. But till that day comes, please don't do that.
No problems there, buddy. No problems. I'll definitely take care of you, son. And we are joined by our special guest this week, Memo, fresh from the World Series of Poker, number 47 in the standings out of 2,400 people. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks, man. I'm as privileged as it was to play in the World Series. I'm actually more privileged to be on this podcast. I'm pretty excited. Like it is a pretty amazing time. I do have my chips to riffle in the background, so I apologize, but really psyched up to talk about my team who's winning and maybe do the first on-air trade, which I'm pretty excited about. So we'll see how that goes. Can't wait to hear the feedback.
And where are you filming this from?
I'm actually filming it from, I like to think of it as Eric's basement. So here with Niz, he's in the background. For the record, he did treat me to dinner, but he's
Does he have pants on?
No, he actually doesn't. There's a lot going on I can't talk about right now.
We do not want to see this. We'll keep this PG tonight. Please.
Yeah, I mean, he put a blanket on for courtesy, so it's good.
All right, we will.
There's a lot of pornos that start off that way. Like stepsister start rubbing his cramp, but it's really not a cramp, it's a boner.
Does that work? Hey man, I got a cramp. Oh, this is getting real.
All right. So my topic outside of baseball is this whole overseas playing in London. What was your two thoughts on it? I kind of liked having an early game this morning. It's kind of like when football has that nice early game on Sunday morning. But I think it kind of stinks you lose that game on Friday because of travel and that. But I don't know. I just want to kind of get your two guys' thoughts on playing overseas.
Go ahead, Memo. You go first. I got to type something in.
All right. So for me, Bogarts hit a home run today, which he hasn't done for a little while. So I'm very good with it. There was a lot of offense. I think, you're getting jet lagged, pitching in a strange environment. But I think it was fun to have. More baseball is better for me. So I'll definitely love having games overseas. I heard what they were talking about doing was having an extended period. So maybe having a team play over there. And that'd be great. Like if we're going to do a guys trip, that'd be a great guys trip to go overseas and go see some baseball. Yeah, but one of the things I will tell you I don't like is just like you, from a fantasy perspective, it sucks because you lose that day, which I'm not very happy about. But overall, yeah, I'm for it.
What do you mean you lose a day?
Well,
because of travel?
Because of travel day, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, like this year, though, they're not losing. Within the week, it was messed up, as you could say. But this whole year's been like that. I mean, Look at it. The Cubs are off on Friday. This week, The Cubs are off on Friday. Why the fuck are they off on a Friday?
Because they're playing the White Sox. It's crazy. They're traveling from the one side of Chicago.
They're traveling from the same city. It's so stupid. But I was talking to some of the people at the lake about it, and there's a couple of people that are like, oh, I don't like it. We don't need to be going over there. I think it's fun. I mean, why not? I mean, think about it. Like London, I mean, that's awesome. Don't they have like a ton of like topless titty mags? Like everywhere you go, there's like a topless magazine, right?
But I came back from Vegas, so I might have you beat with that.
They have topless magazines?
They have topless everything.
Yes, I know it's Vegas. But anyways, I liked it. I mean, I'm not a huge soccer fan, but it was funny. They were talking to Alex Cora, and he's like, oh, the memories in the stadium, and like you imagine the people who've been here. And then the guy on Baseball Tonight goes, hey, whoa, time out. I don't mean to burst your bubble, but the stadium was built in 2012. I mean, like who really memorable has been in the stadium? I mean, most of all these other people have been around for that long, but it's not like Pele was playing in the stadium. But
Oh,
I
Pele
don't know.
reference. Is that the first Pele reference? I've been watching all year. I don't remember another one.
It might be the first, but
I'm
I
pretty
liked
sure
it.
it
I thought it was cool. The whole jet lag thing. They talked to like 7 different players about it, and the only players that really had jet lag were the pitchers.
Yeah.
You can tell.
A lot of
Yeah,
the
you could
hitters were
tell
fine.
you could tell the pitchers got messed up.
Well, they were saying too that I just reading it somewhere that the top of it's open, right?
Yeah.
So it had this like jet stream that kind of came down and out.
Yeah, it wasn't like
So a
open,
lot
like
of
most Major League Baseball fields have that open in the outfield or somewhere around there.
Yeah, and there was no air on the back. So they said that everything that was going out was like a more of a line drive type of hit. Who hit a home run? Someone hit a home run. It was 116 miles an hour off the bat, exit velocity. It was crazy. All of them were like really high, but
Yeah.
that was fun. I liked it. And like Domino said, 9 o'clock this morning, I was watching baseball. Fuck yeah, I take that every once in a while,
Yeah.
especially on a Sunday.
All right, good. I just wanted to kind of get you guys' thoughts on that. So we'll go into Maddie, your fantasy topic, your fantasy news.
I kind of just threw this one together last minute because I didn't know what else to talk about. But over the course of this season, I've home runs are up. We all know that, right? And we've been talking
They
about
are?
the hitting.
I haven't noticed.
Then you should watch a game.
Okay.
But what like in fantasy going into next season, you know, we can maybe talk about it for like 5 minutes. But is hitting or pitching, and which one's better for a week for our type of lineup and everything like that? What's better, or is it what, I just want both of it? I'm going to be this even Steven type of I'm going to do a little bit of both. But hitting or pitching, I mean, which one's better to have? Which one's better to be up in? Because if you look at some of the teams, like I was looking at a couple of teams, and I've been talking to like someone about a trade recently, not a big trade, but a small trade, and I don't want to give a player to this team because I look at this team, I'm like, you have no hitting on your bench at all. And like right now, your team is, I mean, even my team, for the example, for the other day, like I had 2 guys go in the DL and I have a guy that's in NA, so I only have 1 bench player as is. And I played Ken this week. I think out the whole week, every time someone was hurt or maybe like he was off or it wasn't a game, I couldn't flip anybody in anybody's position. So we're hitting, like I got 5 relievers. I got 4 good ones, and then a shitty guy that I just picked up yesterday. But I can flip those guys in and out if I want to, or pitching, I can sit them all. Like I sat most everybody today, which I should have sat more of them. But I don't know. What do you think? What do you guys think is more? What's I don't know. I'm not saying more valuable, but what's better to have? Would you rather have a good, solid like pitching staff, which is, I don't know, yours, Memo, or maybe even Scotty's or somebody's like that, or
I guess here's the way I look at it. And just for my team in this year, it's been mismanaged, undermanaged, whatever you want to say about that. Like I've been listening to the podcast and I appreciate the feedback. But one of the things that basically comes up is that the pitching is so inconsistent that the weeks that look, I overspent for pitching to try to get pitching performance. I had a guy break his arm, I had a guy have an all-time terrible start to the season. But now that they're kind of clicking more often, I prefer to have quality pitching just because it's so hard to get good pitching. Scherzer just by himself whoever gets Scherzer at the end of this night, if that's the way it goes, is going to be at a pretty commanding position, especially if he goes to a team like yours, Maddie, with a bunch of relievers. Like you can do some just pretty special things with it. But hitting is just, everyone's got good hitting. And I think the delta between the top tier pitching and the middle tier pitching is much greater than the delta between the top 10 hitting and the middle tier hitting. It's just, there's just more variance that comes to it. But I'm interested to hear what Dom's going to say.
I think you see a little more consistent teams with the offensive side than the pitching. I feel like the starters really been struggling this year. I think you can pick up a guy or find someone on the waiver wire for both, but I feel like you can do a little better if you can just pick up a bunch of guys off of for pitching. If you can just pick up a bunch of guys and kind of stack your Ks or quality starts in that, compared to like hitting, where it's a little tougher than trying to find that guy that pick up for a spot start or something like that. So I think I'd rather have a better offense than pitching.
Yeah, just to play off of what you were saying, like, I had this actually as Get in the Box last week, so I got some notes on it and some thoughts on it. I think, like, even going to next year, like the hitting, where Dave had a great point, a couple of weeks ago when he was talking about look at the stats between like Hoskins and Soler, and Renfro's out there. Scotty just picked up Sinchu Chu's doing really well. Niz, for the crying out loud, picked up what's the guy from Texas?
Pence.
Hunter Pence, yeah, Hunter Pence.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been doing well. He won the deal. So there are those guys out there, but for the most part, you could pick up a lot of hitters and maybe save that money you didn't spend on the pitching throughout the season and spend it on those streamers. I mean, how many podcasts are out there that literally go through who you're going to pick up for a 2-start week? That's like almost every podcast has that, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, play to that strength, and it's something. They do the weekly hitting planning. I know in a lot of podcasts too. So there's also that way of thinking. But I don't know. I think if you had the hitters, it's something to think about.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, for sure.
I definitely think you need to have your pitching, but as you have said on many podcasts, having that stacked pitching hasn't been able to deliver where having a stacked offense has been able to deliver.
Wildly inconsistent with pitching. I'm so bitter.
Well, I mean, I just look at it. I traded a top 5 overall hitter for someone who I think is going to be a top 5 overall hitter for the next 4 years. Maybe not top 5 overall, but top 10 overall. I don't know. So, I mean, I traded a hitter for a hitter. Just I wanted more hitting. So.
Right.
Oh,
right.
Good.
We will start with this week's Dave and the loser should be selling.
Can you hear us, Memo?
No, he actually went to give me something to drink. So.
Oh shit.
The seller, not the buyer, who I think has bought something from you today, but we will find out.
So wait. I want to address this. He literally knows nothing. I have not shown him or talked to him about the trade all day. I refuse to allow it to happen. He will find out live with you.
All right. So we'll get on to this. Dave with a huge upset. Another tough week for Niz. Coming off of a tie to Ken, 2 losses to Drew, and now a loss to Dave. I know like home runs, RBIs, stolen base, and quality starts are all really close, and they could have swayed Niz's way. But again, I tied to Ken, 2 losses to Drew, and now that. And I know he lost Stanton. He got Stanton back for a day, 2 days, and now he's out probably at least until August. But not what Niz need right now. Dave, 42 RBIs, 360 OBP. Niz really only thing he had going this week for him was 5 saves. I mean, not 2 quality starts. The whip was okay, but ERA of 4, 40 Ks, but not really 35 runs. So I guess he hit it not bad there, but 29 RBIs, 332. So not a very good for the Vlad man.
He's officially back in the room and can hear you, just so you know.
Okay, all right, here we go. So we're talking about Dave and the loser, Niz.
The seller.
Niz. You should sell, Niz.
Yes, you should really be selling.
Hey, Niz and I.
No, you're quiet in the corner. You're quiet in the corner. This is my podcast. I signed up for this I don't know how long ago.
But hey, I just want to point out, like Dave, I mean, he only had 10 home runs and the RBIs are low, but for a team that sold off so early, like back in May, I think.
Yeah,
he's doing well. He's doing well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like Don said, stolen bases were close. The OBP. I'm sorry, that wasn't close. Ks were, somewhat close. Home runs. Home runs. I mean, fuck that. That was a close. RBIs are close. So it was a close week. Maybe Dave got a little lucky, I guess. I don't know. Or maybe Niz's team just kind of sucks. 1 quality start to 2 is piss poor. Is all I gotta say. I don't know. These are 2 teams that come down to it again. It's been a long time, for Dave from when. I mean, not a long time, but it's been 2 weeks Or how many? I fuck that. He sold off a couple weeks ago, and now his team looks like he could be in the bubble teams. So I don't know. It's weird. He's got the pieces if he wants to. He could sell off and go for it.
It's like a memo move, like sell, then buy, then sell, then buy. You know, that's definitely a memo move.
But
yeah,
it's all about expected value. I'm going to tell you, it's all about expected value. I will tell you that if I were in Niz's shoes, I'd definitely sell off. He doesn't have anything special. Like, there's nothing. We were talking about quality hitting, quality pitching. I don't think he's got anything to hang his hat on. Stanton gave him that it factor.
Wait, he doesn't have anything special? What do you mean he doesn't have anything special?
What does he have?
Springer, Gallo.
Are you kidding me?
Home runs. Didn't he lose home runs this week?
Yeah, but Springer, I would love to have Springer and Gallo on my team.
He has Freeman, Sanchez.
And Freeman? Those are
Springer, Gallo.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
He's got. What's he gonna win? Like literally, guys. What's he honestly gonna win? He's gonna win home runs almost every week, probably. He's gonna RBIs probably almost every single week. Those guys aren't really contact hitters, so he's gonna lose OBP. His pitching is marginal at best. Like he's guaranteed to. He's never guaranteed. He's basically guaranteed never to get blown out, but he's never gonna be able to win 6 or 7-0. Like his team isn't built for that. So I think by special I mean the ability to pick up more than 2 wins a week. Like he needs to get there, and I don't think his team's built for it. Just my thoughts on it. He doesn't have that. He's guaranteed not to suck, but he's not guaranteed to kick ass.
He has a lot of save guys. I know that's one of his things for pitching.
Yeah.
And I know he claims he tries to do the balance of balanced offense with a balanced pitching. So I think that kind of you get away from that having those huge blowout kind of wins like you said by having that kind of team, I guess. But he's got.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's definitely got some pieces with. I mean, he's got Devers, Gallo, Springer, and Freddie Freeman and Gary Sanchez on his team. Those are some good hitters. Those are some good guys to have on your team. Again,
think about what those guys are worth. Like trade them away. Think what he can get for all that. Like
he can get your 3 starting pitchers.
Yeah.
All right, we'll move on. We'll stop talking about Niz selling and not being a buyer, and we'll move on to Sean and Chris. Sean gets back on the horse with the win, Mr. Horseshoe himself. Solid win over Chris. Little worried about his ERA and WHIP for him and quality starts. But again, the Horseshoe was able to pull it off. But a solid offense from Sean, 46 runs, 46 RBIs, 387 OBP, 87 K, so he got back up on that. But 4.99 ERA, only 3 quality starts. I know his pitching is kind of getting banged up, and he gets Hendricks back, they're saying, pretty soon. But just took advantage of Chris. I guess Chris had a good week, 38 RBIs, or runs, 5 stolen bases, 105 WHIP, 6 quality starts. So Chris had a decent week, but the Horseshoe was able to pull it off again.
Yeah, I mean, Sean's got no money. Again, he dropped the guy he got from Max in that trade. So now he's traded with Max for exactly just Jake Arrieta. And he's given Max a AAA spot. I mean, a 4-year spot, $5, 3-year, $10, Baby Bambino, and Javier Baez, all for Jake Arrieta. That's what he's given Max so far. Well done, Max. And wait. There's the kicker. Want to hear this real fast? I know we're talking about their matchup,
Yes.
but in the winter meetings, Max traded Sean. What was it? The guy Marte for Jake Arrieta. So Jake Arrieta was on Sean's team at the beginning of the season, the winter meetings. Sean traded him to Max for Marte, and then later on got him back. Sean, I don't know how you're doing this. You're winning virtually almost every week. You're in first place still, and you're going to be in again. But you have $0 left, and if you continue to make asinine moves like this, which I guess you can't do it anymore, you have no more money. I don't know. I don't know
does
how.
does anyone fear Sean's team?
No, I don't. I don't. He beat me the first week, but I was looking at it. We each had like 108 strikeouts to 106 strikeouts. That was the worst week ever. There was like we never should have played those first 3 days. Yahoos are, I don't know. That was dumb in general. But
That's a commission thing, but we don't talk about that. Just throwing it out.
we've never had that. I mean, we should probably bring that up as a rule next year.
No, I actually like the first week just because it's so random. It's like everything's overinflated. You get the starting pitchers pitching, was it twice, maybe 3 times? Like I sort of feel like you get to throw your junk on the table and kind of show what you got from a pitching standpoint. Luckily, I got my ass kicked, so my junk wasn't really up to snuff.
Well, it's only if you get anybody from those 2 teams though.
Yeah, no, that's true. That yeah, whenever they play those first 2 games.
Yeah,
that they basically go through, like that's a thing. But yeah, but like I don't fear Sean's team at all. Like Sean's team makes me want to go for it. Like,
yeah,
literally, if that's my first round matchup, I feel good about it.
Well, because I mean, if you look at it now, I mean, again, I mean, I don't know. I don't see Sean's team being in first place in the next 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever. We've talked about before, but the last like 5 weeks,
He keeps winning though. God bless him.
But marginally winning.
Yeah,
he tied me last week. He tied me last week. And
yeah.
He should.
And then the week before that, Scott, didn't he barely beat Scott 6-4?
Scott had that horrible matchup that week, but yes, he did win. So
yeah, I mean, but again, he had some big weeks. He's been winning marginally. Scott or I have both not really, we've done the same thing almost every week too. Everyone else is kind of like, I don't know, but I got to play him one more time. Scott's got to play him one more time. I think Scott plays him one more time. I think, I mean, just looking at it, next week, he's going to play Ken, I think, which is not that good, but who does he play? Sean plays Ken. So, I mean, fuck, he might get another win that week, but I don't know. We'll see. He's got this week. He did it. He pulled it off. Congratulations. Again, man, his starting pitch is 87 Ks with only 3 quality starts. And what do you have? A 4.99 ERA and a 1.47 WHIP. I mean, he lost both of those. He lost. I mean, 1 saves, but if he plays someone that has saves, guys, or a good quality starts, I mean, he's not going to win those. He won't win the ERA and WHIP. And if his boys don't pitch, back-to-back, games, so we'll see.
Yeah. Speaking of this matchup, I think Chris is a guy that, he really needs to do something these next 2 weeks. I think he could make himself definitely a playoff contender for sure and be in there if he makes the right moves these next 2 weeks. But we shall see if he does anything these next 2 weeks. I don't know. I think he should, but
hey, spoiler: Chris has been really in the paint to try to get Scherzer, so we'll go over that. But yeah, we've been going a little bit talking about it for 2 months, and he's finally pulling the trigger on some big offers.
All right, because he should be. He could be definitely a contender. And then we'll move on to your matchup memo versus Max. Waiting for, I guess, 2 teams
Max
playing.
has got to have one of the worst teams ever.
2 teams playing for next year. Saves, Ks, and quality starts were definitely close. Max's offense, and then you took pitching, memo. Nice 375 OBP, 61 Ks, 0.95 WHIP. Solid again, another sub 1 WHIP for you. But Max's offense, 41 runs, 16 RBIs, 45 RBIs. He took care of business on the offensive side, but nothing on the pitching side.
Yeah, and to talk about the pitching piece of it, like my team is built to try to win some pitching categories and sneak in with a OBP and try to sneak in something else. Like that's the formula that I'm trying to go into. And like 35, 11, 30 aren't bad numbers. Like I should have gotten at least 1 or 2 more this week, but his offense did what it's supposed to do. So I feel good about the week. If anything, it just showcased the value that is Chris Sale and Max Scherzer. I think it really highlighted their trade value. So hopefully that increased some offers. And I did see after the last pitching performance that Scherzer went through, the trade offers definitely increased. So it's been kind of fun.
it was a good matchup between both of them. I actually was kept up with Max's stats, what he was doing this week. I mean, for his hitting, because my team was going off and his team was definitely going off as well. Kind of low in the stolen bases, but
Yeah, for Max's standards.
yeah.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, so far we've gone through 3 matchups, and the saves are what Dave and Niz were 1-4, Sean and Chris 3-0, Memo and Max 3-2. Like those are, I don't know. Look, there's kind of been a trend going on, but you can win some saves here. And if you look at Memo's team, he does have some good starting pitching, but his saves guys helped him out a little bit. But you got still a 3.35 ERA. Who blew you up this week that attributed to that?
It was a stupid. I benched my White Sox. Like I just couldn't pull that off for the week. I was so ticked. But it was the
Bill got lit up for 7.
no, it was Rodriguez is the one that blew me up. He had a 5.4. Sale was only one. He had 10 Ks and only 1
He had
inning.
an ERA of 7.50.
Yeah, he got blown up.
Yeah, Rodriguez had almost twice the innings at a 5.4. So both of them are the ones that did it. But look, hey, Max Scherzer is on the trade market. 1.12, 0.56, 2 quality starts, 24 Ks. I think that the offers from this is a game breaker. Like, can we stream this? This just
we are streaming it.
We are
live.
streaming. We're about.
I know it just needs to happen. I'm just telling you.
We're about 3 minutes behind. I've been told by Max.
Okay.
Who just texted
I think there's 4 people watching right now.
Yeah.
Max.
Is he watching?
Is the seller watching?
Is the seller is Niz watching?
No, he just walked away again.
Oh.
I think that he was texting, and there's a lot going on in the background. I think he's actually I haven't really said too much of anything. Like you guys, I've told you everything he's heard, so it's actually pretty funny to see what's going to happen. He might be sniping me in the background in some of these trades.
All right, then we will. Anything else to add, Memo?
So I guess I've been watching your podcast. I'm a fan.
I'm gonna go get another beer of the week. Keep talking. This is a long podcast.
One of the things, well, we were like 20 minutes. One of the things I'll ask you, Damo, like sell off or go for it. I guess that's a question. Like I could pull up Eloy, basically get him in a spot, put someone in the DL. I could sell off a Houston pitcher, maybe get a closer from one of the guys going for it. Do you think I have a chance to make the playoffs? And if I make the playoffs, do I have a chance to win it, or is it better just to sell off?
If you think you can win it, I say we've said it many times on this podcast that you definitely someone that we see making a run in the playoffs. If you manage your team right by filling your lineup, calling up Eloy. If you feel like you're going to go for it, I would definitely have brought up Eloy, and I'd be definitely managing, as Niz says, not mismanaging my team. Like I feel like you have a couple weeks where not filling in players and having missing spots on your offense.
Yeah, that's true.
Michelob. Nice.
Well,
I'm literally running out of the good beers.
Yeah, I hope Dave is watching this. If you're watching this, please text me something witty to say because he's drinking Michelob Ultra, like bro.
All right, we will move on to the battle of the brother-in-laws here. We got Scotty and Drew. We got a 5-5 tie. 2 playoff teams here. Drew taking the offense, Scotty taking pitching, even though with a bad ERA. Scotty 67 Ks, 4 quality starts. Drew 55 runs, 12 homers, and 6 stolen bases. But yeah, Scotty 2 saves. I think he had 1 last week. Kind of struggling there. And and then an ERA of 5, but he was able to win it because Drew had an ERA of 5.85. So some things that Scotty might be needing some help in. Saves, only 2 stolen bases, but in his offense struggled again. He had a bounce last week. He had a decent week, but this week a little low on the numbers. But playing Drew, I don't think it would have made much of a difference.
No, a couple of his guys, like his good, like Arenado only had He had a good, OBP, 367, but 3 runs, 1 home run, 3 RBIs. Not so good there. Lindor, 3 runs, a stolen base. His big pickup, Sinsu Chu, did nothing for him really. I mean, nothing. Buxton, he of course he played Buxton. He did just shit for him. I think he went 0 for 4 in his first time up. But I mean, the only person that was really good for him was Muncy this week, which and Contreras. Contreras has been on fire, man. Every time I watch a Cubs game, he's doing something either stupid or it's good.
Mm-hmm.
By stupid means he's running his mouth too much.
They're one of the greatest catchers.
Yeah, he's good.
Top 5 catcher.
That's a top 5 player.
Who, Contreras?
No,
Tyler
Flowers.
Who?
Remember Niz was going off?
Oh,
Stay in the corner.
Oh my God.
Tyler Flowers is a top 5 catcher.
That's a top 5 catcher right there, boys. Top 5 all time.
You guys, everyone makes fun of me so much for stupid shit I say. Niz, we should get a quote board with the stupid shit that Niz says for fantasy baseball. He once came into the season with, remember you and Memo, remember this? Or we all remember this. He's like, me and Memo did all this research. He got there and he's like, where's your research? And you're like, I didn't do anything.
That's not what I said. I said I had a laptop. There was issues. It was a hell of an issue. That was terrible.
Stupid shit that Niz does.
No, that was so much work too. Oh God, it was awful.
So much work that you didn't do.
No, I did the work. It was a computer issue.
Oh, he made it sound
is that what it was?
Yeah, it was.
He made it sound like you didn't.
He made it sound like you didn't do anything.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
What was the work that you guys even were doing? Just curiosity, because neither one of you won that year. I did, and I didn't do any computer work.
Oh yeah, let's be honest. I think that you do very well in fantasy sports. I've got my cards. Tom's got his dashing good looks. We all have our talents. I will
Did you say Niz has his dashing good looks?
No, Dom. I call out Dom. Look at that. Look at that Episcopal. Look, you say something. Thank you. Look at that.
Oh my God.
You got the socks thing in the back. I mean, it's just like. I mean, just that's all.
You're going to be back on this podcast real soon if you keep up these kind of comments.
I did sign up for the semifinals. So I'm excited.
Yes, you did.
I'm excited.
Yeah, we already kicked you off of that one.
No,
I was just kidding. Hey, just real fast. Just going back to it though. I don't know. How many starts where you're going to start getting worried about players like Blake Snell? Verlander. I'm not worried about him, but he got blown up to a 7-2. Whatever. His closers, they're up and down a little bit, but he got he got 2 saves. How many saves did he get? He got 2 saves. So
he had 1 last week.
He had 1 last week, yeah. So and a 5. How many weeks in a row has he had with bad ERA? 3, 4?
He's got to be a little bit worried. I mean, he's spent for Verlander. Verlander's got to perform. If Verlander doesn't perform, yeah, there's going to be issues. I mean, just kind of where it's at. But God bless him. He's just going to keep grinding away at him.
Yeah.
I mean, I look at Scott's pitching staff, and again, I mean, hey, shout out to the league. Y'all are dumbasses, man. I only have so much money, so I can't do anything about it. But or anybody else that only has so much money. But Sean drops Trinan, and the reports are he's going to come back on Wednesday. Why? And no one else wanted just to spend an extra $1 or $2 and get in a closer? I mean, hey, granted, I heard some things today on The Athletic. Drink. But I don't know. I don't know why no one else wanted to pick him up.
I have $4. I'm not.
Yeah, I think I got $5. Like, I left myself with too little cash.
Yeah, we're actually going to go talk about cash. That's a foreshadowing. But anyways, I look at his pitching staff, and it's probably on paper it's probably the best on the league, but it's not performing that way. So again, I think I've said this once before. It's a team. He's in first place, or maybe I'm not sure. I think him. I don't know. It doesn't matter. He's first place or second place. If he does get passed by me, which will probably happen in the next couple of weeks, maybe, I don't know. But he's still got a damn good team. So,
like his pitching, like you got Verlander, you're going to get most every week. You're going to get a good solid, and then Berrios, But Wheeler's been looking. He had a good week this week, but he's been up and down. Syndergaard hasn't been what he's been. He's got Gallen up, who's pitched twice now. Noah's been more bad than good all year.
Oh, but Nolan's been hot, man. Nolan's the one thing that's saved him the last couple of weeks.
Well, this week,
yeah.
he's been.
Yeah, the week before too. He's been
before
stellar.
that, it's been more down than up.
Yeah, he was over 4 ERA, like whip of 1.3 something. Like
and then Snell's he hasn't been looking well the last couple, but if he gets that starting pitching going, he's got solid pitching, but the offense, it's been down the last couple of weeks. Last week it was good, but the weeks before that it's been kind of down. So
you know what would help his trade? You know what would help his team out quite a bit?
Please tell us.
Max Scherzer. I mean, I'm just saying, picture Max at the top of that lineup along with Verlander. Like, let's just stare in awe for a mere moment of what that team could be. I'm just throwing it out there. It's just a world of possibilities.
We're almost there. We'll move on then, and we'll move on to mine and PJ's matchup. I guess an upset win for me. Very close all week. Runs, homers, RBIs, quality starts, all went back and forth. My prediction last week of having 7 stolen bases to 0 this week. I called it a average offensive week down offensive week for me. Only 29 runs. Typically, have been up. I had 14 homers, 40 RBIs, 0 stolen bases. But I had a nice whip of 0.94. I knew going into Monday when PJ had a ERA of 10, I knew I could play it safe and steal those 2 categories, and I was. And I was able to. PJ hit a meet. Runs were going back and forth. Homers and RBIs were all going back and forth this week. It was fluctuating between 6-3 and stuff, and then I was able to pull it off with some offense this week. But PJ had 35 runs, 12 homers, 39 RBIs, 5 saves, but a 7 ERA compared to my one last week where it was 6. But a 7 ERA for
7.35.
Yes.
That's crazy.
That's really bad. That's like really, really bad. Remember last podcast I said that I could see PJ's team in last place this time next year? I can see PJ being in last place this time next year. That's great. Hey, real fast. Shout out to PJ and I think Chris are the only 2 I can think of. God damn, change your team name. So bad.
Oh, I'm totally going to put a rule request to stop changing team names because I don't know who's who.
Then you're an idiot, Brad.
It's like on the
Brad asked for the same thing in football like 4 years ago.
On the Google app, it doesn't say a name. It's like I have to use my iPad in order to see the team.
How hard is it to figure out? I haven't changed my team name. It's Kid for the Win. Donna's is the same. I mean,
I'm just starting. I'm like, who like Vlad changed? No, Vlad has been the same. I don't know. All I know is names change. I get confused. I'm in Vegas. I get trades. I don't know what's going on. There's bright lights. There's things going on. I just want a goddamn team name. Just don't change it.
All right. Just keep moving on.
All right. And then finally, the last matchup. Pretty much the only one that was a blowout this week was your matchup, other than Dave and Niz. But everyone else was close. Maddie, all you kids, that's why you're a fantasy baseball legend. Your wife spent good money on that shirt. A hell of an offensive week, buddy. 42 runs, 17 homers, 47 RBIs. We all got your text last night of, is that good? And
is it? It was good. I was just curious.
423 OBP. We go from one of the worst OBPs in the league to a 423 this week. Outstanding.
Stop sending me pictures, Niz.
7 quality starts. Kenny, he's a guy playing for next year. He usually has been able to tie, but not against. He had 5 quality starts, very solid, but definitely couldn't compare with you. So nice win.
I mean,
good job.
I'm a little worried. I got 2 guys just winning the DL. A guy I just got from Ken, and one of my best players in Ozuna. He just won the DL with a broken finger. Hamill's got a lat thing going on, so I had to pick up a couple guys. I might pick somebody else up. I only have $3 left, which something we're gonna talk about in a minute here. But fuck, I don't know. It's I'm okay with it. But I got a good team. Ken,
So they just
Ken-
caught up
Ken-
on the they just
What?
caught up on the podcast. I was just told to tell you, I don't know who disappoints me more, Maddie with his shit beer or Niz with his shit team. That was from Dave.
well, I have like
Right.
4 other beers over here. We haven't even got to my beer of the week. Stop
Yeah.
it!
So
This is the worst podcast ever.
yes, but nice win for you, buddy. Definitely the power your bashers are hitting, and when your pitching gets going, you're going to be making your moves. So anything else to add this week? All right, well that'll wrap up this week's.
Well,
stuff.
I got one quick thing, Dom. This is
Yeah.
for you. If I offered you $20 on Matt to win, or $20 for the rest of the field to win, which one would you take?
Take Maddie.
You would take Maddie? Are we gonna put $20 on it?
Sure.
All right, it's an official. Babaluga, we got a bet here.
All right.
Maddie versus the field.
I feel bad if
probably-
I don't
I-
win now.
I probably should have waited until I heard your trades before.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing too. I probably would have waited till after the trade.
Oh well. Well,
But,
you already made your bet with Ken for a $35 meal, and you have Chris and Dave.
And I'm winning a bet with Scott on the steak dinner. I'm gonna have a nice steak dinner.
Yeah,
There
you're
you
no
are.
Ken a meal. It looks like because Niz is gonna be ahead of Chris and Dave.
By
So-
the way, is that Ken bet? Like I know you talked about it before. Is that Ken bet for saves the worst bet in the history of our league? That
It's up there.
It's
I mean
up there.
that's
It's up
pretty
there.
bad. Like
It is.
yeah, I mean that if you would have gone for a top 10 rank or top 5 rank, maybe.
Yes.
But like to go for just straight saves, like I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
that
When you
was
knew you were
bad.
20 saves behind.
Yeah, I mean there's
Yeah, he was 20. It almost got to 20. It was 21 saves actually behind with oh no, it was he had to be a top 5, so he's only 17 saves behind. But still 17 saves.
I mean yeah.
Your team's got to get in it. Oh my god, it was stupid. Whatever.
It was he might not have 17. Okay, 17 saves for the rest of the year. I don't know. Like the math on it is just rough.
Yeah,
It is.
it's not good.
But we're gonna move on to what everyone is streaming is watching for. Our guest topic: Memo revealing trade. So Memo, the floor is yours.
You didn't write
Okay.
anything down, so we literally have nothing. We don't have nothing to go by. I have
Yeah,
trade
I
1, 2, 3,
wanted-
4, 5.
I wanted to be fair to the process in terms of not talking to anyone about it. I had a lovely dinner with Eric, so thank you, but was not able to get. He wasn't able to get anything from me. So here are the trades, and we can debate these.
I'm gonna write them all down. Go for it.
I got it. So from Sean, Chapman, Hendricks, and Glasnow. Go ahead.
Do we know years contract? So Chapman. So what he's gonna do?
Hang on, I'll get Sean.
I got it, Sean. I got it all. Or what? So he's gonna do Glass now is a 3-year, $14 Glass now.
Yeah.
So Sean is giving up all his but the Beavs apparently.
And wait, what's the other players giving up?
Kendricks and Chapman.
And Chapman, the third baseman.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's he's a year player. I was
Yeah.
just wondering.
He's a franchise.
So
Why is he a
14
franchise? You guys are idiots.
So 3-year, $14.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
So
Why
3-year
why would you even franchise him?
No, you wouldn't. Like there'd be other stuff to franchise.
And I'm sure you can get him for around the same price next year. I mean, it's $1.
Yeah.
Whatever. You do whatever
So-
you want.
If Sean pulled this off, he would have only one player going to next year,
That would be awesome.
with $0
Wait,
rollover
for
money.
that, he wants to get Goldschmidt, who's Scherzer and Sale.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay, what's the next one?
So the next one is from Say My Name.
Scotty. No,
No, that's
Drew.
Drew. Yeah. So Drew is offering Wonder Franco,
The AAA guy. Yeah.
AAA, yeah. Straight up for Scherzer.
A $4 Franco on a AAA contract.
Yeah, technically Andrew Miller too, but
Just give us the whole trade.
literally I just stopped talking because it's that bad. I mean, it's that. Oh, that was the offer.
Wait, it's Wander Franco.
Yeah, for
$4 AAA
straight up for Scherzer.
for Scherzer.
Okay.
Okay.
Next.
The Bryce is right.
TJ.
And this is actually PJ. If you're watching, I hope you're not because it's late. It's a pretty. This is pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie. Still probably not gonna take it though. It's Robles.
So 3-year $1.
3-year $1 Robles.
Okay.
Hicks.
Jordan Hicks, the guy who's
not
literally on the DL right now.
The injured St. Louis pitcher.
Year. He's not going to pitch next year. He just had Tommy John surgery.
The injured.
He's not going to pitch until this time.
So he offered you a guy that is not going to be the closer of a team anymore. Not going to pitch for probably 18 months.
I'm still going. There's still more.
So 3-year $3 GIMP player
for DeGrom.
DeGrom, that's it?
Yeah, these trades are not good, guys. I'm just throwing it out there.
I thought you just said it was good. Okay, next.
Did you hear the last one? Wonderful for Scherzer? Come on, man.
Okay, next one.
Bob the Rebuilders.
Dave.
Davey.
Dave's buying. He's a memo.
I'm just saying. Here it is. Here it is. Here's what he wants too, for the record. Goldschmidt, Bogarts, Scherzer, DeGrom, Sale. 4.
Wait, but he wants Goldie, Bogarts, who Bogarts is a multi-year deal, and who he traded for, who he got in the offseason and then traded for twice. But anyways, Sale, DeGrom, and who else?
Scherzer. He wants it all. He wants it all.
Okay, who is he giving you? He must be giving you everything then.
Yeah, Senzel. Okay, go ahead.
It's McMahon, the Colorado.
McKay?
Yeah, Swanson.
Wait. What do you mean McMahon? What do you
McKay?
mean? McKay?
Ryan McMahon? McMahon?
He's giving you McMahon? All right, McMahon. All right.
I'm kind of laughing too. Swanson, Dietrich.
Wait, Swanson.
Dansby Swanson.
Dansby Swanson.
2 years, $1.
The guy he just got. Oh my God, this is horrible.
2-year, $1.
Dietrich.
That's even worse. Just stop. I'm done. I don't even want to hear. Just delete that.
No, I want to hear.
We got to be honored to the process. He did put Giolito in, right?
Okay.
So 4 years, $1.
$2.
Oh, $2. Manning, Kopech, plus his 2 AAA players.
Wait, it was Giolito. It got a little bit better. Giolito, and then Manning.
Giolito, Manning, Kopech, and then his 2 AAA guys.
Kopech.
What's he got Kopech for?
$1.
Right?
Yeah, 3 year, $1, I think, right?
Yeah, okay.
It's a bunch of shit and like 2 good players.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, okay. What's the other one?
So it is. This is an easy one. It's Stanton for sale.
Another injured guy.
He's not gonna. Okay.
Is that it?
What did Chris offer? You said Chris was in.
Yeah, I thought you said Chris too.
Yeah, Chris has one. Give me 1 sec. You can only do. You can only do. You can only do a certain amount of trades. 6 trades in Yahoo. So he offered $30 cash plus 2-year Mazzara for Scherzer. That's $30 cash. I mean, Mazzara is the dude.
Okay. I think that was all. That was it.
That was it, man.
Okay, so before we move on from this, I was just going to ask. Your process on this whole time was, guys, send me the trades. I'm not going to talk to anybody. This is what I want, right?
No, just send me your best offers.
And And this is what everyone sent you. Did you talk to anybody else about different players or anything else?
There was like maybe one sentence back and forth. Some people were like, hey, is this offer good or not? Do you think it would be qualified to be able to get there? Scotty
I'm biting my tongue here. I'm biting my tongue. That's all I'm saying.
Well, wait, finish it. I want to hear. What are you saying?
Yeah, and that was basically that was it. A little bit of back and forth. Scotty has an offer too. Scotty's with Story for either Stale or Scherzer.
So 4-year,
Yeah,
$25 Story.
Yeah.
For either one of the Max or
Yeah.
or who? Sale?
Sale, yeah. Sale or Scherzer.
So during this process, and I'm trying to actually just wrap my head around it, and I'm sure Dom is too on this, is you said, send me your best offers. No one sent you their best offer. No one did. No one sent you their best offer.
Well, maybe the sucky team next
Nope,
time.
he did not. He did not send you his best offer. So
I'm
anyway,
sorry, wait. There's a corner for got it.
You didn't send him his best offer. No one sent you their best offer.
2 years.
What?
Dan's 2 years.
The best offer would have been Vlad.
Yeah, your best offer would have been Vlad.
That would have been it. If you do
I'll do it right now.
I'm sorry. Get in the corner. You're not part of. You're not part of this. You're not part of. You're not.
I'm just
you're not,
wait. Hang on.
No.
First off, Niz, if you literally send him $100 to get Vlad, and now you could use that $100 for the 3 pitchers he has in your team, you have to be the worst fantasy baseball player ever. Ever. But anyways, I digress. Just getting back to what we're talking about here. We're talking about your trade. This is your guest podcast. So again, me and Dom probably have the same thoughts going on right now in our heads. Is why? Because me and Dom had a trade that we both liked. There's players on that we liked, and it ultimately got I don't know, like it was like we basically killed someone's dog and then threw it on their porch step. That's how I felt with the league basically berating us. And now you're telling everyone in the league to send you the best offer they have, and you're not going to do any type of negotiation to get what you want out of it. So in my eyes, I'm just saying, in my eyes, I look at it as you were just trying to, I don't know, you just want some attention to yourself during this podcast. I mean, that's all it is. I don't know what else it is. Why would you not want to play the game that we're playing and try to get what you want out of it? Unless what you want out of it is everyone to send you a trade that they think is somewhat fair. Now, I will say on some of these trades, like Dave, he could offer you a lot more stuff, but he gave you a good piece or two. I think Niz giving you Stanton straight up for sale, it's not bad. It's not good. It's not bad. I think Scotty Story for one of those guys. Again, I think that's great. I don't think that's bad, nor is it good. Chris, $30 for one of them. Again, these are Niz, Chris, Max. I mean, Niz, Chris, and Scotty all in the same ballpark. Drew, he's going to be the top prospect. So, who knows? PJ's trade is just not good at all. Honestly, I don't know why Sean asked for all those pitchers, like maybe one for that. But again, it's not bad. It's not horrible. I mean, it is what it is. Isn't there other pieces? I know Sean doesn't have much more. Drew has a lot more. He has money and some long-term deals. PJ's got other stuff. I know he does. Dave has so much more stuff, and he wants everything from you. Why would you not negotiate, I guess, is my question.
So, to be fair to the process, I said I would do it this way. That's the way I straight up decided to go ahead and do it.
No one gives a shit about the process. We're doing the fantasy baseball pack.
I give a shit about the process, right?
Let's hear what the deals are. What trade are you accepting?
What is it?
I'm not accepting any of that shit. I'm calling up Jimenez and basically taking him off. I guess I just got to go for it. It's just what it is. Like
I told you to do that 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I guess I want to sell off, but not for that. Like I can't do it for that. There's a whole piece of it that goes into expected value and everything else. Like I probably should sell off, but you know what? it's more fun to call up Eloy, watch the bombs happen, and kind of go from there. I think that's where it's at.
I will say in this trade process, the one thing that you did get out of it is that Niz, Chris, Max, PJ, and Drew were all modest. Sean and Dave were not modest at all, and they wanted everything from you plus the farm.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what that says. I don't know what that means. I'm just saying when I looked at it and those guys offered that,
it's a little insulting. Not gonna lie, but I will tell you that I think it was just fun to do. Like I was hoping to be able to come here and Chris steps up his offer, offers me $45-50, something that would happen. I misread Scotty's, by the way. I think I said it wrong. He wanted Story for Scherzer and Sale. So I think that kind of changes it. I think if it's Story or Sale, I'd probably do it and then kind of bounce off from there. But I guess that's just the way it goes through. So yeah, I guess I have to go for it until something else happens. Do you have a
4-year contract?
Yeah, I should have. I think I've kept one open.
Yeah,
literally one open all year, just to be sure.
Actually, I knew you had a 4-year contract. I just want to know if you knew you had one.
I tried buying it a couple weeks ago from where
Yeah.
So. But
well, that was not exciting, and
it was boring as hell. It was kind of a waste. So I feel bad, but yeah, where's that?
So then let's just we can end it with this or whatnot. But I mean, like I offered you 2 trades, and then I was thinking about them. I'm like, I'm not offering you my best player. I'm not offering the best of the best, But right. I sent you a text later on. I said I'm going to take those off, and I did. And then I asked you about a player, and I didn't hear back from you at all. I didn't hear anything, and I don't know if you even like that guy. It was Austin Riley, and I didn't know what I was going to throw in. I was
just at that point after you did it, I put a post. I literally just wanted to put everything online, just put it out, share it with you guys, get your feedback on the trades. But I guess for me, I just wanted to experiment in terms of let's talk about the blow up that happened, right? I think that this piece for me basically shows that you have to trade, you have to negotiate. That this clearly doesn't work. I didn't get anyone.
No, it never. Why would you think this would work?
It should work, right? There's math and weird stuff that goes in.
It doesn't work. We're talking about human beings who don't want to give. Everyone in this league wants to win. At least I think they do. Sometimes I'm not sure. Like, look at Niz. He just keeps going backwards. But anyways, I keep going back to Scotty's trade. Or Scotty's, like, everyone was offering him for Alvarez. Everyone, you know what? And finally I was like, fuck it. I'll give you what he's worth, or what I thought he was worth. And right. I give him a best player, I'm like, here you go. You want him, you can have him. So why you would have thought that would have worked, I don't know why, but
human behavior.
It is. So I just said.
Yeah. All right. So that was a very interesting segment memo.
Was it that sucked? I wanted a trade Sale, Scherzer.
You didn't want to trade him. You just wanted. You didn't want to trade him. You didn't want to trade him.
Anyway, we're going to move on to a segment that people want to hear, and that is Let's Go Get in the Box.
I already know my next week's Let's Go Get in the Boxes is why Memo wasted our time with Please Trade. I'm just kidding. I'm teasing. I love it.
It's good. I love it. I love it.
All right, let's go get in the box.
Memo was bringing up Eloy, apparently. So.
Yeah. Well, I want to see that this week. Him against the Cubbies.
Hmm?
All right. So let's go get in the box. What is money worth? When is it worth more? And why? How much have we spent on trades? So this is going to be just about trading. It's not going to be about like how much we've spent, but I needed money. And I was thinking about it like a couple of weeks ago, and I'm like, man, I don't have a lot of money at all. And I keep going back to like how many times I spend and I buy stuff, and I'm like, man, I made some stupid ass moves with very little money, and I keep spending, and then I think of teams like Chris, that Chris doesn't really spend, Drew doesn't spend, or maybe there's Drew doesn't spend. there's a couple other teams that don't spend. Scotty spends meticulously, or he just kind of spends to screw me. Good job picking up Bobby Bradley from the Cleveland Indians and then dropping him later. Sean spends, I spend, Dom, you spend, right? Kind of, yeah, maybe so. Memo, do you spend? Did
I
you
have
go?
$6. I bought 3 starting pitchers for $60 each.
All right, well, you spend at the draft.
It.
So anyways, here we go. So at the winter meetings, there was $296 spent on trades. So what this is saying that
Well, 100 was one trade was $100.
it was 100. So it was $196. Extra cash, not cash for players, not players cash, but just extra cash involved in the trade was $196. During the draft, this does not apply. Everyone spends money in the draft. In March, there was $11 spent within trades. April, $6. May, $49. June, $32. And now we're in July, tomorrow. And then we have 2 weeks to the 14th, exactly 14 days to the trade deadline. So, it's a smaller time frame. So I don't know what's going to happen in there, but you can see people, I don't know when money's worth more, but I was going to throw it to you two guys and maybe to everyone else. But looking at it, if you had money at the winter meetings, which a lot of people did and some people did or did not, you could spend a lot. I mean, even this did not have, quote unquote, a lot. He had $190. He spent 90 of it, 100 of it. But when do you think money is worth the most within the past 5 months and the winter meetings, or when did you guys think it was worth the most?
I think the money is either at the winter meeting or right now at the trade deadline. I think money is when it's most valuable. But as you can tell, March, April, June, I feel like it's definitely not what people's thought at that time, especially March and April. I think money is probably the least. But I feel like the winter meeting, right before the draft, you want to get your money, and then either at the trade deadline. I feel like that's when money is the most valuable.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of what you said, and I was looking at it, and a lot of those May dates were later May dates, like the 17th and on, for the most part. But between March and those March dates, those $11, a lot of that was like before the season even started. So from when the season started to like early May, money is worth almost nothing. Like you could like add it in to something, but it's worth nothing. So that's the time people were picking up players. You can tell for the most part. And then from mid-May to the end of June, money was worth. I mean, come on, if you had it, you were getting a lot. You were getting. It was the kicker, I guess you can say, in the trades.
Right.
What say you, Memo?
So I think that cash is king when you need something. So at the draft, obviously, winter meetings. After the draft, there's very few trades. Like there's the hour period, greatest role ever by me. But after that, there's really not much of anything. Everyone loves your team. Everyone wants to see what it is. So you get some fill-in trades, but not the I'm going to buy or sell. And then when you start to see teams sell off, then if you have cash, it's good. Chris couldn't get, I don't know if he watches these, Scherzer in sale for his cash. Like it doesn't, he's got a lot.
Right? Well, so wait, hold on. So this is what I did. I went through it and I wrote everyone's cash down. It's gonna be a little off because I know some people have picked up a couple players here and there. But Dave, $0. Chris, $66. PJ, $6. Scotty, $29. He might have a little less. Domino, $4. Me, I have 3. I actually have 3. Drew, $30. Max, $70. $70. Ken, $12. Sean, $0. Niz, $6. And Memo, you have $4. I don't know. Looking at it, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players with $10 or under $10, or for the matter of fact, 6 or less. 2 with $0. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 players. I'm not going to count Ken, but 4 or 5 players in the double digits. But you have essentially Chris and Max with $66 and $70 respectively, and then Scotty with the $29 and Drew with the $30. It's a very it's strange. I don't know. I don't even know what to say about it. I have no idea. We have people that spend money. We have people that don't spend money. I can't even wrap my head around it, to be honest, because I look every time at it, and I mean, look at it right now. You got the people in the top four: Sean, Scott, me, and Drew in the top four. Those are the top four, right?
Yeah.
Two of them have money. Two of them have no money. And then you look at the bottom. One person has, like Max has, the most money, and the person that's above him is Ken. He only has no money, has $12, and then everyone else is in the middle. So,
Well, Max is clearly hoarding for next year.
but
Right?
he did that last year, and Chris did the exact same thing.
Well, Chris had a
and
really good team last year, didn't he?
he came in second place.
Yeah, I mean, like Chris's team was solid throughout most of the year. He should have spent the money at the end of the year, and basically, he could have bought that championship. All hail King Matty. But like that whole piece of it, I think that Max having money makes sense. I think that Drew having money, or who else got money? Chris having money.
It's Chris and
Chris, yeah. I mean, Chris having money makes no sense. He's got to spend that. Like, there's I talked to Dom about like, hey, when I want to talk about expected value, the worth of $1 now in the league, for $50 they can get probably both pitchers, right? Like real world talk, it's probably what it would be. And I will tell you that if someone
wait. So you're saying Chris is $66.
Mm.
He doesn't spend much money, but if he give you $50, he can get two of your pitchers. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, I think I would be able to get. I'm trying to get $90 in value roughly for the three pitchers, and that's kind of where it comes down to. But I have to get all
$90 in your value.
Yeah, my value or cash. Like the $1 is $1.
Yeah,
to me,
sure.
But $1 to $1 to Sean right now is probably worth more than $1 because he has none. So it's kind of weird how the math works out sometimes for it. Like the money situation is such that if you have it, you're good to buy. Like Scott does it every year. But if you don't have it, not having it is actually like negatively impacting. It's a strange scenario. The market inequality that's actually kind of cool. One of the reasons I actually like the league.
Yeah, I just over the years I've always spent, and I've done fairly well. I also, change my players.
Oh, he'll King Matty.
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm saying like I think it'd be a funny exercise to see at the end of the season who has money and who doesn't. I mean, look at Dave. He fucking won the league. He had no money. I mean and look at Chris. He came in second place and he had a shitload of money. That doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. I guess sometimes. I don't know. So it was something I just wanted to look at. So and then moving on to beer of the week. I actually had two. I drank these and then I drank a Michelob Ultra. But this one was so interesting to me. So what this is a this brewery is a cool brewery too. I like it. It's Lakefront Brewery in
Milwaukee.
Yeah, Milwaukee. I've been there. I think I've been there twice. I'm not sure. Maybe twice. But this one's called Easy Teasy. It's kind of got a cool label, and it's a low calorie, 99 calorie beer. It's pretty cool, I thought. It's only got 99 calories, 5 carbohydrates, 1.5 grams of protein, 0 grams of fat. It's a brewed, it's a low calorie green tea ale. I thought it was pretty cool. The problem is when I didn't see this when I bought it, but it says Best Buy is September 29, 2018. I still drink it. Yeah. Whatever. So that wasn't the beer that I was my beer of the week, but this one, it's a pretty cool beer. I like it. Dogfish Head makes some really cool beers. They have their minute IPA series, which is like a 30-minute, a 60-minute, and a 90-minute. And I think the sweet spot on their IPA series is the 60-minute IPA. If you want to go crazy, you go to the 90-minute. But this one is Namaste White, the Belgium style wit beer. It's just a fantastic drink. I feel like it's a good summer beer. But Dogfish Head makes some good stuff. Like I said, this one and then their minute series. These are all local beers you can get. Something not local. I mean, readily available, if you will. Except for this one, I don't know. This is a hard find, but I kind of like the label.
Nice.
This is what Niz looked like right before Memo got on the podcast when he was trying to trade him. Just kidding.
I don't know if you remember, but he had no pants and a towel on. Like,
I did. That's why I said it.
yeah.
The seller. This should be selling. But that'll wrap up all that stuff, and we'll move on to next week's matchups. We will start off with Max and Maddie. This should be all Maddie, but Max can make some noise with stolen bases. I feel like pitching and K's will be close. But I'm picking Maddie to win 6-4 on this.
I got myself 8. I mean, I think Max is watching this. I'm just gonna go 10-0. I mean, his team sucks. Now I'm gonna go 8-2.
Yeah, if I'm just saying Dom setting the line at 6-4, I would definitely take Matt, and I'd probably lay one on it too. So at least 7.
All right. We will move on to Chris. And
Just so you know, it is a pretty weird week. Like looking at it for everyone. I was looking at it, and there's, like I said, the Cubs are off. Unless someone's got a ton of hitters going, it's a weird. It kind of like lines up for a weird week.
Chris and PJ will move on to a very close matchup. Both of them have 11 starters this week. PJ might have 10. He's got one of his guys coming off the DL for the start. But offense will be close, but I think Chris will pull it out with a better ERA and WHIP. I'm going with Chris 6-4.
Yeah, I'm going to go Chris a little bigger on this one. I did see the 11 starters. I actually was thinking that Chris was going to get one of my Memo's pitchers, so I think it was going to be like 12 or something. But I'm going to go Chris 7-3.
Yeah, I would take the over on that one as well. I think Chris runs away with it.
Okay. We'll go on to yours, Memo and Niz. My notes said this could be all Niz, but I'm not sure what kind of trades you were going with. We're going to make, but I think this can be not as easy offensively. I'm going to go with Niz 6-4.
I think pulling up Eloy this week is going to make the difference. I predict he's going to smash the Cubs because the Cubs are, inferior. And I'm predicting a 7-3 victory. I'm willing to bet on it too, Dom. So if you want to make it $5, I'll predict a victory. I can't go 7, but I'm going to take it this week.
So $5.
Why would you do that, Niz? Like, that's what you want? You wanted Puig, La Stella, and Max Fried?
You're in the corner.
He just made a trade. Niz just made a trade with Max Stanton for La Stella, who he picked up off waivers, Puig, and Max Fried.
Good for you.
Good for you, little buddy. Memo, I've never seen this. Monday. Guess how many hitters you have? You have nobody. I've never seen this. I've never seen nobody going. That's like, how do you do? Like, you can't even do that, can you? Like, that's it. Like, I feel like that's impossible.
Yeah, it happened. It happened. I was looking. I literally on it. I was looking down at my phone and checking that out.
I don't like. Literally, you don't have a single hitter going on Monday. What does it look like for the? Hold on a second. I gotta see this. So you have no one on Monday. You only have one person. Fuck. You need to bring up what's the name? Even play for you. You only have one person going on Wednesday. 3. Oh no, you got a double header going on the 3rd.
There's going to be enough, and I'm telling you, I'm predicting Eloy at least 3 homers now that he gets called up to the big club.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? So you need to call Eloy up. He's got a 4-game series against the Tigers at the Cell.
Yeah,
Speaking of call-ups, Wednesday, guys, Dylan Cease. Wednesday, he's coming.
I'm excited about that. Actually, I need to fill my
Dollar
AAA
Hot
spot.
Dog Day too. Dollar Hot Dog Day is on Wednesday at the Cell.
Hey, is it a date? Can we go?
It's a double header. It's a double
header. Let's go. I'm in. I'm off. Let's go. New career. I got time.
Anyways, though, I might give it. That's weird. I think I might just give it to. I don't know. You have a whole day where you got no one playing. That's That's like I don't even know what to say about that. So I'll go like I'll give it to Niz. It's gonna be like a 6-4 or a 5-4. You might tie in something. Like you can't. You're literally giving up. That's crazy. So it'll be close.
All right.
5-4 Niz. Go.
All right. We'll move on to Sean and Ken. Should be all Sean, but typically Ken doesn't like to roll over. Ken can make it close with ERA, WHIP, and quality starts. I feel like he can make it close with those three categories, but I'm going to give it Sean the offensive side. So I'm going to give Sean a 6-4 victory here.
Yeah, Ken's almost. I mean, I don't know. He's got a couple of good guys on his team. Biggio's hitting it, doing well lately, and Dahl for whatever reason just I don't. That guy's like kind of amazing. Kipper's coming back. I mean, he's not going to roll over. You're definitely right with that, Domino. The pitching side, I mean, what 3 guys on the DL? Maybe he might get someone back. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. Sean, for whatever reason, what is Sean's? He's got no one going on Monday. He's got what does he got on Tuesday? Anything? Tuesday he's got. Oh, he's got everybody. Odorizzi, Price, Hendricks. Oh, Hendricks comes back playing. So
Yeah.
but none of them will double dip, will they? I don't think so. Maybe they will. I don't know. I'll give it to Sean 6-4. I guess I don't like saying it, but I will. I think he'll win the pitching for the most part, almost all of it, and then hitting. It is what it is.
Again, not scared of Sean's team, but he's going to pull it out this week. I would definitely agree. He's going to win by at least a couple.
Okay. Scotty and Dave here. Again, it should be all Scotty, but Dave's offense can be more consistent than Scotty's. A handful, but Scotty's pitching will pull it out. I got Scotty winning 6-4.
So you got Scotty winning like most of the pitching stuff. You're saying?
Yeah,
Just because Dave doesn't have that many pitching.
Yeah, I think Scotty's gonna have. Dave's got the offensive side, but I think Scotty will pull off with his pitching, and he'll win like 6-4.
So I did see that like Scotty's got Carpenter hasn't been playing for the past couple of days. I saw that, and then what's his name? Gordon's got like some type of quad or hammy or something issue going. So his team's a little banged up, and he's only got 4 guys going the first day on Monday, whereas Dave's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. Tuesday. I didn't look at his starters yet. Gallen's going against Washington on Tuesday. He should get lit up. I think if Scott's ERA blows up again, which it has, Dave could meticulously win it if he throws a couple of guys going into it. I'm going to give it to Dave. I'm going to give Dave a 6-4 victory. I think Scotty's going to win a couple offensive categories, but 6-4 Dave.
All right, going with the upset there. I like it. Throw a little fire on the gas. Throw a little gas on the fire. I love it. And then lastly, me versus Drew. This should be a close one. Could be a battle of offenses here. Drew will probably take stolen bases. I need to get ERA or WHIP somehow out of him to get a 5-5 tie. I'm going with a 5-5 tie. If I can get a ERA or WHIP.
Yeah, I don't know. You had dude. You have half your team has DTD next to it. I don't know. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, sorry, Dom. This week, I think you're due for a little negative variance. I think you guys are banged up a little bit, and you might get an extra day. And I think you're just gonna. It's a weird week. It's definitely true, and I think
Monday's so weird. Look at this. Even Drew. So he's got no one going Monday, but none of his pitchers, except for like Rourke and Quintana, are actually playing. They're not like really playing. And then on the second, is there any 2-start pitchers this week? It feels like there's nobody. He's got no one. Oh, he's got Rourke. Flaherty's going in Seattle. I think Flaherty is a two-step guy. Rourke's going against. Oh, Milwaukee's not good. You got Thornton at Boston, Musgrove, and then Bauer at KC. You could win some pitching, buddy. Hitting, I don't know. What's wrong with Davis?
He got hit in the hand. He's supposed to be back on Tuesday, but
Kane has Kane been playing ever since that biofreeze or whatever the fuck he's got?
Yeah, he played today.
And they batted him leadoff. That's good. Shadow's hot. Bregman's hot.
Albies, they said it was precautionary.
5-5. 5-5.
All right, so that'll wrap up this week's preview. Memo, any closing remarks before we end the show?
The most anticlimactic trade in the history of fantasy was terrible, but hopefully you guys see the value of Scherzer, see the crazy terrible offers. You know what? If this gets me one more good offer, that's all I want. And definitely want to thank you guys for having me on. It was a blast. Definitely, I'll have you on my podcast here shortly. Get you going for that and have some talks. But thank you. Love your show. Definitely a fan. And go Dom, but all hail the king. All hail King Matty. It's a thing.
Thank you, Memo. Matty, closing remarks?
Like I said, just if I ever get, don't pass away, just don't remember. It was so better the first time I said it. No, I don't got nothing. Closing remarks. Memo, very unclimactic. Sign up for the podcast. Again, if you haven't signed up, I know Max has been, and I have been going back and forth. I know he's going to be on. But you got 2 weeks before the trade deadline anyways. We did talk about trades a lot this week. So you got 2 more weeks. And then after that, you got another 2 months. It's a long season, boys.
It is, boys. Thank you so much for having me. Love your show. Be safe, y'all.
Yep.
All right. And he's gone.
We didn't even get to stop.
No. All right, so thanks, Memo, for coming on.
Yeah, thanks, Memo, for coming on.
Thanks for making no trades. But it was interesting to hear him, what everyone was kind of offering him. I thought he would do something. I thought Niz had something, but he didn't. So next week we got Max coming on. Drew and Chris were the only two that haven't come on yet. I know Drew was supposed to be on, but wasn't able to come on. And Chris, you haven't signed up yet. So supposed to have Max next week. Hopefully he'll be on. And go White Sox this week. And we'll see Eloy come up on Memo's team. So until next week, you stay classy, Chicago baseball.
Peace out.